Now we're on to our final. This should be completed, and just like you did with this, we are going to do the same thing, only we are going to do a much larger version on black paper. That black is going to make our colors really stand out and be more dramatic. We're also not going to be using crayon on this. We are going to be using some oil pastels, and we'll do some blending. But the first thing we need to do is we need to fold this paper in half. And we are going to fold this paper in half vertically. So I'm going to place my paper horizontally on my table, and I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to fold towards my stomach. Now, because this is a bigger piece of paper, sometimes I have students help each other out. So if the person sitting next to you wants to help hold the paper, because sometimes it's a little hard to hold the paper for little hands. So I'm going to match up my corners, match up my bottom, hold my hand in the middle, and then I'm going to come up and over and up and over. I'm going to turn my paper so that it opens up like a book. I want the fold being on this side. Think of this as the spine of the book, okay? And then we are going to use, instead of a black crayon, you are going to use a white oil pastel. Now you might want to think about what might you do differently with your larger finished piece than you did with this. We still want to start at the fold. We want to come all as close out to the edge as we can and then back to the fold again. But this time I might decide that I want my guy to have spiky hair, and maybe he has some horns, and then I'm coming down and there's an ear, and then I don't know, some kind of fun face. There we go. And now I have to decide. And remember, I'm away from the center, so I want to have a nice big black area in here. We're going to go ahead and add an eye. Well, maybe I decided that with this little creature or mask, maybe I don't have two eyes. Maybe I'm deciding I have one big eye. Maybe he's kind of like a cyclops. And then I have a nose. And then maybe I have my mouth. And maybe my mouth this time, maybe he's kind of not happy. And instead of having square teeth, whoops, let's make that more pointed. Maybe my teeth are more triangular. And I can go back in and I could add other patterns, designs inside my mask or my creature. And then I'm going to add connections. I'm going to break up that space with just lines. Notice I'm not drawing through my shapes. I'm just kind of connecting them because I want to break up the space. Maybe I just do that. Once I have that done, and again, pause the video as needed, we are going to open this up. You should be seeing your face on this side. And notice I pressed down hard. I didn't draw lightly. If I drew lightly, let's just go over here for a minute. If I drew too lightly like this, do you think that's going to transfer? I want a nice dark line. So now I'm going to bring this over. I'm going to fold this in just like I did before in my practice. I'm going to take my ruler and I am going to make sure that I rub all over and I get the whole thing on the whole side of the paper. Just like this. Let's check it. Let's see if the magic happened. Did it work? Gonna fold it over and there you go. So now again, take your white oil pastel and we're gonna go in and we are going to trace each of our lines. Once you're done tracing each of your lines, Then you're going to go in and you're going to use oil pastels and you're going to fill in. If I put yellow here, I have to put yellow here. If I put green here, I have to put green here. If I put blue here, I have to put blue here. So you're creating symmetry with this. Again, trying to use a simplified color palette, so 5 to 7 colors, really 5. If you can keep it to 5, that's the best. When you add too many colors, it gets to be too much. And then if you want to, take a look at the examples on my board and you can see some of the different background choices that you have. So a pattern or a design in the background when you're all done. So enjoy your symmetrical creatures. Have fun.